What is up, everybody? I hope you're all doing good. Welcome to a new crypto market inspection where we are going to talk about mostly Bitcoin, actually. So yeah, let's just hop straight into the charts here. I'm going to start on a fresh chart, a fresh chart actually. Let me find one that I can use. Let's use this one. All right, let's start on the weekly. So let's go systematically down the time frames and find the setups where we are interested in. Basically, I'm going to start on the weekly. We have price going lower the past weekends, and we have the daily stochastic RSI oscillating at the lows, which probably will do for another couple weeks or so before we start coming into better support levels down here. I'll get more in detail on that in a little, but overall, where's the support levels at? Basically, this whole zone, I guess, which is our past range that we had here. So from a very simple perspective on the higher time frame, what are we looking for? We're looking to time the markets while the stochastic RSI is at the lows. Right now, it's moving a little down again, even though it's at the lows. It's kind of moving down towards lower in the stock RSI. And yeah, we're looking for price to make a potential double bottom or more like bottoms on the stock, like we had over here, like maybe this, or maybe something like this before we trade price higher. Um, yeah. So basically, how do you time it? Well, or for now, it looks like price kind of want to like sweep this low down here potentially. There are some equal lows resting down here, but sweep this into this huge support level, and then we'll see what we get from there. But we can't go too much in detail on that yet, as price is not there yet. So moving down the time, actually, let's just check the daily stock real quick. The 225 EMA. We are below the 225 EMA. It's still green. However, I do believe that we're gonna flip bearish on this, which is we haven't done since the start of 2023. All right, so it's a bit concerning. Maybe we do trade back inside of this range, find the acceptance below, and maybe we do trade lower towards the mid level, maybe towards even lower. Who knows, right? Macro geopolitical news is pretty crazy right now, so yeah, we'll see what happens. Moving on the 3 day, we are below the bands. Bearish. We are still looking bearish on the daily here, below the bands. Um, so yeah, that's about it on the how we are looking on the EMAs here. Let's actually do make our range here. So this was the previous range. Let's turn it. Let's keep this in blue. All right, nice. There we go. And then yeah, okay. So price did actually trade into the 225 EMA again yesterday, and I did actually short this earlier, despite the CPI being positive. But people are not really focused on that anymore. We're focused on the trade war going on between USA and China now. However, yeah, I did short this, and I'll get to explaining why I took the short. So let's see here. Let's go down on the time frames here. Let's actually draw out. This is the This is kind of the highs that we had. Let's draw this range. Actually, this is the main range actually. Here, this is live trading. So I'm just doing this live. That's why it might take a little time. So this is the March low actually. March low. This is not the March high, I guess. This is the March high. This is just our range high. We can put what the fuck? Give me 1 second, guys. March low, range low. Okay, perfect. And then there's a mid level that fits up exactly on this wick here. So we're just gonna draw our mid level out from that. Um, there we go. So perfectly. We have this range here, right? It's the most obvious range due to when you have a range, right? You get something like this, and then price starts chopping around, and this to this is this to this. Okay, does that make sense? And you can see how it actually works out with the mid level, right? The mid level here is pretty key. Resistance, 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 deviation, resistance, deviation, deviation, right? Here. And what we had recently with the tariffs going on, we sold lower, yeah, but price respected this range very well. Where did it respect the range? Well, it was the mid level right here. Do you see this right here? The wicks came into the mid level, we rejected. So there were liquidity resting below here, okay, and we have swept this liquidity on this. However, when price was here, right, I was expecting price to maybe respect the range low, right? Because usually in the range you get the deviation and then you get the retest of the deviation, something like this, and then you trade higher. However, price did not respect the range low here. It didn't respect the range low. You see how this level is kind of like weird. We like bounced. We made a double bottom down here. It's something to keep an eye on, right? And then let's draw our Monday's range here. So you got the Monday high, and then you got the Monday low. Okay. Now, when price actually traded off here and headed lower, right? Where was the origin of the move down? It was this whole supply block here. Um, this is the last where price traded to before it went lower. Actually, to be more specific, it's kind of it's this block right here. So this is the supply that price traded into, right? Because this is the origin of the move down. And not only that, you have the monthly open. Let's combine our confluences here. So you have this as drawing. This is the monthly open, right? And also we can't forget that this is also the quarterly open. So price traded into this key level, and yeah, we rejected from it because this was the origin of the move down. And actually, price respected these highs here. Didn't even take out these highs, and I started getting to the short around 82 400s, exactly below the monthly open, and then I have my stops above here. Give it some breathing room, and then yeah, price is back inside the Monday high now, and a true clean, like instead of getting filled here, I filled in the supply, but to trade this cleaner, waiting for a market structure break on the lower time frame is what you really want to look for when you want to get into the trade. And one thing to keep in mind is, right, you have the Monday range, and we front run the Monday low here on Tuesday night, Wednesday night. So right, that means there's liquidity resting below here now, right? And overall bias is to the downside, right? Overall bias to the downside, rejected off the 12 and the 25 EMA. So where do I want to see price trade lower? I want to see it go towards the Monday low. Reason for that is also because it didn't respect the range low that well. But there is one thing that I was interested in earlier, despite price not respecting the range low, is that we did create a H4 order block right here. So let's draw that here. H4 order block, right? So this is kind of what I'm thinking for now, right? This is how I want to look for a potential setup. So price did manage to get back inside the Monday high right here, right? And then price created the supply resting on the Monday high. So do you have this H1 supply resting right here? So how do I want to trade this, right? On a Monday range retest of the Monday high, I want to go short here, perhaps, if price shows me a clean trigger. All right, that's my short trigger. I'll put my stops above here, above the monthly open, because I simply do not want to see price find acceptance above here. If it does, I'll cut the trade. So better risk reward than putting your stop above here. You can put your stop above here. Uh, but yeah, if you want to play it safer, you can put your stop above here. I still think there's a great risk to reward on that. Let's see here. If you do trade all the way to the Monday low, you get a the Monday low is here. 2.3, 2.37R. This will be 3.7R. Depends on where you get in. 3R, around something like a 3R. And yeah, once price actually does trade lower, right? Let's see, let's say we do get our short trigger. Um, we do have created this lower time frame sell side liquidity for now, right? This could get taken out, and then we do something like this before going lower. Who knows? But um, maybe we can use this our sell side liquidity into this H4 order block. However, I do think we will find some demand down here, as this is our demand order block. So good area to take at least some profits, right? And then if price does trade higher, you can look to add on a potential lower high and aim for the Monday low. And then again, if price does go against us, it flips the supply clearly, gets above the Monday monthly open. Then we open the floodgates for us to maybe trade higher, and that's why I wanted to talk about this range that we have here. Let's see here. So this is also a pretty okay range in my opinion. This was the local range inside of the high time frame range. Like if this is our more high time frame range, remember this is the range we had on the last chart. This is like the local range inside of a range, if that makes sense. And as you see, price earlier, I actually did think price was gonna bounce here before we had the CPA data coming out. You see how price came right. We earlier we rejected off the range low, right? But then we found acceptance back inside the range low. And for a couple of seconds, I thought price was maybe gonna like respect it. Look, it's kind of like holding here before it broke down though, but it started holding here on the low time frame. You'll see how price kind of slowed down, started accumulating. Then we have the CPI swing failure pattern. Price broke structure. That's your short trigger. I actually took this short myself. I had my stops above here, and I took most of my profits down here. But yeah, I shared that I took this in private on my Twitter. I didn't call it, but I took it. Uh, but yeah, this is the one thing where if price does actually find acceptance back above the monthly open, where's the monthly open, or back above the Monday high, right? We flip this, we flip the monthly open. That would lead the floodgates to taking out this liquidity above here at the mid level, and then again us maybe going towards these juicy um, higher time frame equal highs here. So it's a lot of liquidity above here and a lot of orders resting there too. So just one thing to keep in mind. Uh, but yeah, in total, in overall, this is the range that I want to be trading. So yeah, looking for a rejections off the Monday high, trade towards the H4 order block, and from there lower towards the old range high that we had here, which is the main level to take multi profits, and then see where price sell downs from there. Right, time it up with ES and Nasdaq and etc. There's good demand levels, so I do think we'll reach this level before we see more of a yeah. It's hard to say. You can't really say exact, but yeah, looking for something like this. So that's my current thought on BTC. I'll see you guys in the next video.